I gave the winner a trip to the ranch to do lessons. And so
Fallon Taylor, little lady with a great challenge in front of her. This is Flo.
BABYFLO. She wins the world championship. And the winner's circle for that cowgirl.
Fallon Taylor will win.
She's riding the new horse, Oliver Champion Flo.
It's one of the babies for BABYFLO.
Low to the flow.
Hush money.
Hush money.
what's up, Flomies? Welcome back to my channel. Now this rainy day is gonna bring us a really, really cool session at Mega Ranch. You guys probably know, maybe you don't, but I run a Horse Bosses Challenge almost every single month of the year. And the Horse Boss Challenges have various prizes: a saddle, $1,000, buckles, all sorts of different things that we do throughout the year. But we decided to do one that was a little bit different and have the winner of the Horse Bosses Challenge come to Mega Ranch to meet me personally on an all expenses paid vacation to the ranch for a lesson. Miss Brenda Riddle won the challenge, and she and her horse Gigi and her husband Alton came down to check out the ranch. Now in the vlog somewhere I do accidentally call him Afton instead of Alton. My bad. But amazing family. We took them out to lunch. They got to tour both ranches and hang out. And also Gigi gave Brenda a little bit of a surprise, and that surprise was she's a really big deal. Okay, so this is the big day. We do Horse Boss Challenges all the time, and this time I gave the winner a trip to the ranch to do lessons. And so we just met up with them, and we are taking them over to Mega Ranch, where we are going to do a lesson and a saddle fitting, and then we're gonna go have some lunch. But this is gonna be really exciting. So Brenda Riddle and her husband Afton and her horse Gigi came all the way from Arizona, so a 14-hour one-way trip to come and have this amazing experience, and we're really, really excited to have her here. So we're just pumped. They've checked out the ranch and they've checked out all of this place, and Gigi's had a beautiful stall to stay in. Now we're gonna head over to Mega Ranch, where we're gonna ride. So upon her arrival, we did a little assessment of Gigi, and I told her, just make a little evaluation run. Like, let me see where you're at. We set up the timers, Alex worked the ground, it was beautiful, and she went through and ran this run. Okay, so first, Brenda and Gigi are trying on saddles. So I pulled saddles for her. She asked, I did not bring them because I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble. So right now she is riding the Fame, which is my personal favorite. Well, I have like 10 personal favorites, but anyway, and then we're gonna run barrels.
I've been told she's one of the hardest horses that people have ever ridden.
Really?
So, but she's all I have. So
Yeah, yeah.
what do you do?
She's got the strength and power.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like her. I think she's
I
cool.
kinda like her
Is it
too.
scary? I like her a lot. Well, why don't you cruise through?
Okay.
Let's see what she does. And if the perfect world, it's imperfect, right?
Right.
So that you can see what you need to work on. So the perfect thing would be it to be not perfect, so we can help you more. She can
The
have it.
same way that I do the first or second. Like, I know that I'm not going as fast as I probably could to the first, because she runs home way faster.
But
than she
here's the
does.
thing. I think horses need to run as hard as they run out from the third barrel as they run to the first barrel if I'm going to
Right.
win a pro rodeo.
Right.
It doesn't always
I've heard
happen.
you-
Doesn't
Oh,
always
I was
happen.
gonna say, I've heard you say that.
It
so-
doesn't always happen. And last night I hauled to the jackpot because I wanted to run low past the first barrel, and boy was I did it.
Right.
And I made a really dumb run, but it was good because I was trying to unlock the fear of me trying to make every barrel perfect.
Right.
Because I hit the wall of Pink Buckle and won 19,000. So
Right.
like trying to unlock that mindset of it, I need to go slow and turn it perfect. Instead, I need to go fast and make some sort of turn.
Right.
So here's what I see happening. You got a lot of headgear on. Yes. And we're going to keep it there because I want you to feel safe, and I know that that's a big deal and you want to feel protected. You got a wire tie down and a Hackamore with shanks this long. You've got brakes. You are not going to go anywhere. Right. But what you also have is you're creating wake, like on the boat. So when you bump at the third like this, you're creating this bounce. Right. And so then you get like this, and then your turn gets really choppy. Right. So we are going to have to find a way that you're going to smooth that out, where you still get her to brake and turn, but you can sit back on your pockets and get really deep. That'll buy you half a second at every barrel. So let's work on that. Okay. Let's do that. All right, she was a 16.3, and it was absolutely beautiful. But one thing you'll notice if you look back is that she was hurrying, like really trying, kicking hard, going for it. And this was her horse's first run through at my house after a little short warm up. So, you know, she definitely wasn't tired. So after the eval, we worked on a few things and changed up the headgear a little bit so that she had even less on her head, but more control. And then went through and I was like, I think that I see something, but I need to feel it. Is it okay if I get on Gigi myself? And I cruised through and made this run. This mare needs you to be knuckles down a lot. The reason I say that is because she's waiting for this all the time. Yes. And even a well-respected trainer is probably going to get in her business a lot. And what we need her to do is be in charge of her feet. Right. So if I turn to go to this barrel pattern when she got strong just a second ago, what I'm going to do is like, now I'm going through the barrel pattern. She trusts me to be knuckles down. So I'm going to make this look a lot easier than it really is. So don't get mad. Just try to replicate it later. But she's now, do you see how she was really strong? Now she's not. Okay. Yeah. So when I trot and lope her, she's going to get strong again. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to make her trust us. I got a little pressure here. When I turn, she's going to gun it. Yeah. And I'm going to ask her to kind of come down a little bit and give it back to her. You see that? And now she trusts me. And do you see around the barrel? She does not need my help. No, because she should know it by now. She runs the barrel pattern. So this horse is not complicated. You see how she's just easy, easy peasy? So where I feel her a little baggy, and when I stop this mare, I'm going to really ask her to stop, like I just did, and give it way back to her. She needs us. This mare needs confidence. Okay. Where I feel her baggy, behind the barrels right here. Not the first, but here. So Brenda, I'm going to give you advice that's not going to work for everybody. So you just put this in your back pocket. I will. You see that ring on the top of that barrel? Yes. When you get here, I want you to stare at it and try to go to it. Okay. Go to it, go to it, go to it, go to it. Do you see my body? Yeah. Now, you're not going to be this low. I'm just being dramatic. Right. Do you see my hand? Still as I'm trying to get to that. Right. Do anything in my body to get to that. Now I'm going to push forward. But not this. Yeah, it depends on where I'm at. If I have to do that, I will. Let me trot around this one for you. So I'm going to send her up here. And I'm going to wait till my leg is here. And then I'm going to pull every bone in my body is to sit back and turn this barrel. Okay. It doesn't matter what my hands are doing as long as I'm close to it. Okay. So let me lope her through and let's see what that looks like. But the first thing is she's not complex. So you've been told that this mare's not complex. This is a great mare. And she's not this is all I have, so I'm going to make it work. This mare is a privilege to ride. So she kind of like has been bumped there so many times that she makes a little funny move. Right. I'm going to wait till my leg is here. You see that? Right. And it surprised her. My leg, bump. Right. Okay? Now, and again, these turning and bumping. I'm not using any leg. Okay. I'm only using, my hand is slid down to here. And I'm using my body like this. Almost at the level, yeah. And I can't do it here. I can't do it here, but I gotta ask her. Right. Now, if I worked her a little bit more, I would know how easy it would be to get her to finish. So if I was working her, again, wait until your leg is here. And if I was working her, I'd have my knuckles down and be bumping this outside. Oh, to bring her over. Only slow. Yep. Okay. To do less pulling. But so if she's working with you, I'd be trotting up here Now, did you notice that I did not bump her coming into this barrel?
Right,
Never checked her.
right. And she still turned it.
She doesn't need to be checked. That's throwing her off and throwing your body off.
Right.
You need to ride her up in here, slide your hand down and go, I'm going to turn this barrel as fast as I'm running. I'm going to wait until my leg gets there. I'm going to set myself on my pockets and I'm going to turn this barrel. She's going to try to step out right here.
Right, right.
She's going to try to step out right here. But
Are
you
you
should be
still
able
doing the same thing where you're looking at the top of the barrel all the way around?
all the way around.
All three of them?
All three. She made that weird move right there. So I'm just going to kind of ease her through, make sure my advice is on target. But if I got her toward the barrel pattern, and I've surprised her every time I've taken a hold of her, she gets a little funky in the body because she's not used to that. But when I go toward the barrel pattern, she should not be strong in my hands.
Right.
So we should be like, okay, this feels good. Now I'd like you to go somewhere.
And she's strong. She like pulls me out of my seat. Wow. Wow.
Now here, I want her to settle.
And that wasn't even going fast to the first or the second.
I ran a 16.0. While I never advise running a horse more than once in practice, and rarely do we ever run in practice, when someone drives 14 hours for a lesson, we make sure that the horse is in great condition, the ground is in good condition, and the horse has plenty of breaks. So this was a special exception. I ran a 16.0, so I knew what I thought in my mind and what I could see was possible for Brenda. In this case, less is more, and I was so excited to help advise Brenda on exactly how we're going to do this. Step one, I took the strap off from the tie down up because I just felt like that was a lever of control that she didn't need, and with this horse being so willing, she really didn't need anything else. She already ran her in a hackamore, so she didn't have too much bridle or something that was binding her up. Brenda just needed a little bit of direction. I think she's been discouraged from past experiences and from people telling her maybe that she had a really hard horse to ride or something was really difficult. She just needed to be shown a different way. Now, all the way along the way, Brenda has gotten different mentors and lessons from people, and they have advised her and done things that has made her progress through. She's already won another Horse Boss Challenge. She's been really successful. So all of us that have contributed have helped in some sort of way, and I'm super grateful to be just one other person to contribute on her journey because her horse is really, really nice. So every hand in that has been really instrumental in her getting to this point. Brenda got back on her and rode her around a little bit, and I just advised her, as you guys have seen, like keeping your hands low, like allowing her to just chill out. A horse doesn't have to be hot or on the muscle to run anymore. I used to make my horses bounce around and jig around, and I'm not saying my horses are always perfect walking up the alleyway flat-footed every single time, but that's the goal, and I would love for them to do that so that I know that they're really focused. Now, a horse like Hush Money thinks she's going to walk the whole barrel pattern, so I actually don't let her walk all the way up to the timer line anymore. I used to, but now I know I've got to let her know, like, hey, a run's coming, a run's coming, a run's coming, so I don't catch her off guard so that she can do her best. But Lolo can just ease up there and then take off. Mojo can just ease up there and take off. It's really exciting that we've evolved and matured in our riding, that we know that horses are a lot more sensitive than we kind of first evaluated, and we can be and do a lot less to get the very most out of them. So as I've grown and matured, I'm so excited to share that with everyone. You know, what I teach in Horse Bosses is always changing, always evolving, always growing, because I'm hopefully always changing and growing and evolving, and hopefully you guys can see that in my riding as well, as I've learned even more. So now it's time for Brenda to get back on. We've cooled the mare down. We've taken several minutes to let her get her breath back, take a walk, just chit chat, have a conversation. And now it's time for Brenda to see if she can do a lot less and get the same or a lot more. She was a 16.3 on her first run. I was a 16.0. Now the mare is, you know, tired. She still got her breath back and she's had a break, but she's going to be tired. And we've taken off the tie down and we've changed the game plan to no spurring, no kicking. Let's see if we can attain the exact same run, but with more comfortability and more confidence from Brenda. Here she goes.
my gosh. She doesn't.
All right, she ran the same time as that first run where she was really trying and really hurrying and really pulling, to now being able to sit up centered and just rely on her talent and her muscle memory. I'm so excited that we were able to achieve this. I'm so excited that Brenda and her family came down. I hope that she had as much fun as I did, because we had an absolute blast. She, her husband, Gigi, Alex, Brand, and I all went to lunch, and we had an absolute blast. So I'm hoping that one day I'll get to meet all the horse bosses in person for a meetup one day, like we used to do back before 2020. But you guys, this was the most fun I've had in a long time giving a lesson. I don't give lessons privately. I do them online. If you want to get signed up for lessons, I would be excited to get on a live to coach you personally. Check out www.horsebosses.com and go check out all of those courses. If you want to take a past challenge for fun, all of those are posted as well. So you can get one for more confidence, more speed, better turns, all sorts of things. But without further ado, that's it for today. I'm so excited for the runs that we got to experience and the time I got to spend with Brenda, and maybe you'll be the next person that gets to come down to the ranch. You guys, if you're not already subscribed, make sure to subscribe, ding that notification bell, and as always, don't forget to count your blessings, drink your protein, and say thank you to Jesus. See you next time.